Hello everyone and welcome to Indian Masterminds. My name is Muskan Kandilwal and today we have with us Mr. Arnav Mishra from Raebareli, Uttar Pradesh, who went on to clear the toughest of all, the UPSC CSE 2021 exam, entering his name in the reserve list with AIR-42. Not only this, just 9 days after this result, his name featured in yet another competitive exam, the state UPPSC, where he got the top rank 16. Today, he is with us to share his UPSC CSE journey, his preparation strategies, and much more. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, ma'am, and thank you very much for having me on this platform. So through this, I'll try my best to guide all the aspirants and contribute something to their journey so that they can achieve the success.
So first of all, I would like to congratulate you on not only clearing the UPSC CSE exam, but also the state UPPSC exam with such a good rank.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much.
So how does it feel? What was your parents' reaction after hearing this great news?
Yes, ma'am. They were very happy. They were happy when the civil services result came. Then also they were happy. And then when the PCS result came, in which I got the position of deputy collector, then also they became extremely happy because here I would be getting the opportunity to be in the state. So along with that, afterwards there was Deepavali. So all those celebrations were combined, and there was a huge celebration. So everybody was very happy.
Great. So, why did you choose civil services? Was this your ultimate goal?
Ma'am, ultimate goal, I would say that during my college days, I was inspired by many of my seniors who were in services, and they took sessions. So they inspired me about how much great change at the ground level a civil servant can do. So that kind of built my basics. Then afterwards, during my sociology, I took sociology as a subject during my engineerings. So that also paved a way for knowing the Indian society at the base. And then afterwards, my sister is also in service. So she also inspired me a lot, Arnav Mishra. She is an IFS officer. So she also inspired me very much. So with that, I came into the service. I started preparing for the services.
Okay, so what was your preparation strategy? Like how you prepared yourself for all the 3 rounds, prelims, mains, and interview?
Okay, so ma'am, this was my second attempt in UPSC CSE. So ma'am, in the first attempt, I was just able to cover the basics, and I was not able to build upon the current affairs part a lot or the depth of the course. So, but in this attempt, I tried to plug in all the loopholes. So for prelims, I divided the whole syllabus like into static parts as well as dynamic parts. So for static parts, I covered the standard books that are available in the market. Like for polity, there is Lakshmikant. Then for history, there is Spectrum, and there are NCRTs. New NCRTs are there. They are very good. Then for geography, the NCRTs are there. And for economy, I saw Mrunal sir's videos. So something like that, I prepared the basics. And for the dynamic part, I referred the PT 365 magazines from Vision IAS, and I revised them multiple times. Along with that, I referred to Insights IAS notes that are monthly current affair notes are there. So that also I did refer. So that added on to value. And along with that, I attempted multiple tests. So that those tests helped me a lot to arrive at the answers. Even after not knowing, I was able to eliminate few of the options, and that helped me in the prelims part. So in the mains, ma'am, since answer writing is a very important part, so my focus was like I'll dedicate 50% of my time in answer writing only, and 50% I'll build up the basics and the material part of it. So by building the knowledge base for the mains, I did mains 365 magazines from Vision IAS. So that gave me enough fodder to attempt the questions. And then I had read, ma'am, I referred certain channels also online, like Sleepy Classes was one of the channels. Then Pathfinder is one of the channels. So by referring these channels, I was able to gather the current happenings in the scenario. Along with that, ma'am, for the essay part, I had read a lot of toppers copies. So they gave me a basic idea of how to approach the essays and how to approach a philosophical essay. And then I practiced also the essays. So that gave me a hold over it. For the GS4 ethics part, ma'am, I had made my handwritten notes, so that I revised multiple times. So that helped in the GS4 part. And for optional, if I would have to say, then for optional, I have done coachings in Delhi. So I had done Vikash Ranjan sir's coaching. And after that, there was Tushranshu Sharma sir's notes available. So I read them, and IGNU booklets are available. So I referred them as well. And Sleepy Classes was one of the channels which helped me throughout in sociology as well. So this was the complete mains. And for interview phase, ma'am, newspapers, to get a hold of what is happening in your surroundings is very important. So like 3 months back, you have to be aware about the recent happenings in India as well as in your local newspapers as well, because at times it might be asked from the place or district you belong. So you have to be aware. Then along with that, you have to be aware with all the current occurrences and what opinion building basically you have to do of all the recent topics. So that I did myself and took help from many of mock interviews that I gave. So they also prepared me for the interviews. This was the complete thing.
That's great. So like how your interview round went, what all questions the board members put up to you?
Ma'am, firstly, there were some introductory questions. Then after that, some questions on the present Jammu Kashmir policy of the government were there. Then some of the policies about how the government is taking a take upon Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. And other were philosophical questions like if you are given a moral dilemma, either to choose between two bads, then how will you be choosing? Like in the corruption part, how will you be choosing less corruption or more corruption, or something like that? So analytical questions were also asked. Along with that, the questions from my work background, because I had been working in Bangalore, so those questions were also there. Then I had graduated from Jodhpur, IIT Jodhpur. So one of the questions I do remember was what's the difference between the administration of Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh? So how would you compare those? So in some sort of way, these were the basics questions.
Great. So before the interview, you shared that Bhagavad Gita inspired you a lot during your
Yes.
preparation days. So what you want to say, like how it inspired you?
Yes, ma'am. I would say that before reading the book, as every aspirant does face, like I had also been facing the ups and downs, failures, because they are part of this journey. So we at times we do become lost, and it's all darkness at times. So because we are not able to see how the future would be, and if our efforts would be successful or not successful, and how we'll be able to face things. So in that philosophical clearance part, the Bhagavad Gita really inspired, because I had been reading some of its quotes in my ethics syllabus, GS4. So once a thought came that if these quotes are so beautiful, then why shouldn't I read the whole book? So I just got the book and I read it. And the first time I didn't get a lot of things, but when I read it second time, third time, and next time, then I was able to grasp those quotes. So they were actually life lessons, which are not exactly focused upon for any aspirant, but they are focused on the whole society. But an aspirant can draw a lot from them as well. So I had mentioned some of them to you. So shall I be mentioning here as well, so that it might?
Yeah, definitely. I would like to ask any shlok that you could always relate during your preparation as an aspirant.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I had made some of the notes, like sticky notes I had made, and I stuck them on my table. So whenever I was going through that up and downs, so I would see them and I would draw inspiration from them. So one was a very famous quote, like "Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan ma karma phal heturpur te sangado sato karmani." So we all know the meaning that we have to focus upon our karma and not the results. And whatever has happened was not our entire creation, but what we are going to happen, we must do good. We have to do satkarm. So that inspires me during the journey. Along with that, there was one quote very beautiful, that dukheshu anudvigamana sukheshu vigadaspraha vit rag bhay krodha stata dhir muniruchyate. So the Lord here defines like how a muni should be. So just like a muni, an aspirant draws from that ki in the dukh as well as sukh, in veet, in rag, bhai, if you are scared, or in dvesh, all these feelings, you have to maintain that calm. You have to maintain that samta that we say. So that helps during all these phases of ups and downs, and you have to do your karma. So like these multiple quotes are there. So they really inspired me. Then there was one that sukh dukhe samay kratva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva navam papema pasasi, because during the Mahabharat, Arjun was reluctant to do the war because he was not ready for the war. So just like that, an aspirant also at times fears the exam because he doesn't want to face the results. So then like Lord Krishna says to Arjun ki you don't have to care about sukh dukh. You have to take them in a similar way. Either labh, hani, jay, parajay, these are not your things. These you leave upon me. You have to do the fight for the fighting itself. So just like that, an aspirant draws to. You have to do your karma, and rest you have to leave. You don't have any control over that.
It's very great. It's good to hear that. So like generally it becomes very hectic during the preparation days. So what activities you used to do to make yourself relax and calm?
I am a guitar player, and I do sing at times as well. So these two activities, along with that, I do sketching as well. So and ma'am, for physical fitness, I did yoga. So it helped me in physical as well as mental fitness, because at stressful times they really help a lot. So because I believe that like physical and mental health are extremely very closely connected. So if one is good, then other would be good. So there is a very close connection. So this way I used to manage things.
Great. So any message or a piece of advice, tip or suggestion that you would like to give to the aspirants preparing for the civil services examination?
Yes, ma'am. Like the most important would be ki, you have to give your all. Like you can't be multi-dimensional. You can't focus upon multi-dimensions. You have to focus your all of the energy, because it's a competition after all, and everybody is focusing a lot. So channelize your whole energy, and then input that whole energy into your preparation, and certainly result would be good some way or the other, something or the other, even though not as if you expected, but some way or the other in your life, it will definitely benefit you, and it will make you a good person in life as well. So that is one of the achievements. And do not think everything as in success, failure, blacks, whites. So we are in a habit of thinking of dichotomous things, like if we do succeed, then it's success, otherwise it's all failure. So it doesn't work like that. Your knowledge always builds up, so it will always benefit you later, even if not just in the clearing of the exam. So keep working hard. So that would be only message.
That's great. So with that note, I would like to say thank you, sir. We believe
Thank you
that
very
your
much.
success, your tips, your suggestions would really help the aspirants in preparing for the civil services examination. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much, ma'am. It was an honor to be on the platform. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you so much.